family. Happy Saturday. Talking to me. All right, give me a second here. Let me get my tripod where it needs to be. Hello, hello. All right, guys, what's good? It is Christine here with Gauge Girl Training. Not sure who is up and about on the weekends, but let's see. Top chat, live chat. Hello, guys. So, welcome to the broadcast. I'm really excited to be here. I have a lot of announcements. Hey, Miss Congeniality. Lee Alley, what's up? What's up? Hope you guys are having a good weekend. And to everybody in Texas, I hope you guys are safe and doing all right. It's been crazy what's been going on. So I have a couple announcements before I get into today's live broadcast. Announcement number one is the 8-week GGT Winter Challenge starts this Monday, and you guys can still enroll until tomorrow at midnight. It is 8 weeks. You get custom macros every 4 weeks, live stream workouts. You get a body type workout if you don't want to do the live streaming workouts for home or gym. Hi, Amanda. You get access to our sample meal plans. You get access to the sample recipe database. You get a live Q&A with me every week, and you get to participate for challenge prizes. Hey, what's up, Cruzita? The second announcement I have before I get into the broadcast is you can have this t-shirt for free. If you would like this t-shirt for free, I have it tied right here, but you can cut it, you can do whatever. I'm giving these t-shirts away for free while supplies last. It is 100% free with any purchase of collagen or any tub of collagen or whey on Gauge Life. This is yours for free. So that is live now, and it's while supplies last. I don't have a lot of these, but I was like, you know what? I would really love to give these away because the whole concept of being a work in progress is so freeing because it takes the pressure off that you need to be perfect. It takes this pressure off that you need to that wherever you're at isn't good enough, because it means, hey, I'm working on it. I'm doing the best I can in the moment. And I think it's so important for us to be present in the moment. So I really love what it stands for. And if you make any purchase of a tub of collagen, tub of whey on gagelife.com, this will be yours for free. And again, we will probably run out of them by tomorrow because I don't have a lot, but get yours for free. And you're probably gonna need to stock up on your protein anyway. So it's a really good opportunity for you guys to get a free gift. So what I wanted to talk about in today's live broadcast, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but I went a little darker with my hair recently. And do you wanna know the reason why I went darker for my hair? It's not because it's winter, because I wanted to cover up some grays. So I was getting some grays, and I was like, you know what? Let's just tone that down a bit. So that's why I did it. So yeah, if you want to get this shirt, please go to gagelife.com. Yours for free with any purchase of a tub of collagen or a tub of whey. You choose. So that being said, my friends, as you guys know, in January of this year, I got on the New Year's bandwagon. What happened to my arm? Did I burn myself? Nope, this is a birthmark. That's a birthmark. So earlier this year, I decided to, get back on track. I fell off track over Christmas, and it wasn't even just the holidays. I had a lot of stress going on. I was finishing my book, turning in my manuscript, and my book will be live in the marketplace in 2022, spring of 2022, which it's crazy because I've been working on this book literally for 6 years, and in the last year I finally got a publisher to help me out with that, and so that's what's going on with that process. But long story short, I got back on track, and hey, what's up, Sherry? And when getting back on track, you guys know I've been all about sustainability. I've been all about avoiding extremes. And I want to talk to you guys today about 5 things I did to get myself back on track with the fat loss process. How's my pup? My baby is doing well. He is resting. He is healing. He's in recovery. In my mind and in my heart, I I think he's gonna survive this, and I could be just, I don't know, very optimistic, but I don't know. I feel like he's healing. I feel like he's healing. I just feel it. And yes, there's a tumor in his heart. Yes, it's cancer, but we're doing all we can. And I gotta tell you guys, my stepdad was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and he's been alive 14 years since that diagnosis. And obviously, I'm not taking it lightly by any means. I'm not taking it lightly by any means, but I'm doing the best I can. He's on his medications. I'm feeding him an all organic, real whole food diet. I've taken him off of carbs, and I've weaned him off of carbs. I don't give him any grains or kibble. So all of that has been going as good as it can possibly go. But we're here today to talk about what I did to jumpstart my fat loss. And jumpstart your fat loss is, the beginning stages are always very hard. Hey Valerie, what's up, friend? The beginning's hard because you want to be impatient. You want what you want, and you want it now. And one thing that's been really helpful, I got 5 things that I've done, is I embraced and accepted my body in the present. And when I do these challenges with you guys, I always ask you guys to take your before photos. I ask you guys to take those day 1 photos, and they're not fun. It sucks. But by being publicly accountable to your current situation, it's so helpful because it allows you to shed light on the parts of you that need healing. And I think that when I say the parts of you that need healing, if you have been neglecting your health, if you have been neglecting your nutrition, if you have been extremely sedentary and making excuses, if you have been just feeding yourself out of boredom, emotional eating, just comfort, self-soothing, and not really taking that time to curate foods that are going to help you feel your best, it's going to be really, really hard to heal. And I think sometimes weight gain isn't always necessarily a sign of, that you're doing anything wrong per se. It just means that you had a season of your life where you may not have been taking ideal care of yourself. And I was in that situation. And it was very healing for me to take day 1 progress photos. I took a video, a 360 video, and I shared it with the world. I put it on the internet, and for those of you guys, obviously not everyone feels comfortable doing that, and that's fine. But for those who join my challenge, we share our day 1 photos inside of our private group. And the reason we do this is because it allows you to own it. It allows you the opportunity to say, hey, this is where I am, and I'm going to work on improving that. And this is why I love this message, because we are a work in progress. And so that was tip number 1. I was publicly accountable to where I was at. And I feel like if you start gaining weight, if you start slipping into bad habits, who here watching this, you start avoiding mirrors. You don't want to weigh yourself. You don't really even want to look at yourself naked. You start wearing looser and looser and baggier clothing, and you kind of just avoid it at all costs. Who here finds themselves doing that? Because I get into those phases where you don't really want to see the damage you're doing. You know it's there, but you're just kind of ignoring it. And, so it's a domino effect. Absolutely, Leslie. I do believe it's a domino effect. And I'm not saying this to beat yourself up. I'm just saying for us to acknowledge what's going on. And when we acknowledge what's going on, that is when you can do something about it. That is when you can do something about it. That is when you can heal. That is when you can begin to address the situation. So that's number 1. Number 2 is I drank a gallon of water a day. I drank a gallon of water a day. Sounds so basic. I tell you guys this all the time, but I made sure I was drinking water, because when I get in those tendencies to snack, when I get in those things where I feel like I just want to eat, not because I'm hungry, but just because I want to, And when I get in that entitlement mindset with respect to food, I drink water, drink water, drink water, drink water. And the reality is, I'm not hungry. I had plenty of calories to fuel me throughout the day, and I don't actually need food. And it takes me the first week. It takes me the first week to get into that groove where I'm really good with my hydration. But once I'm there, it is awesome. Alina says, I'm a new mom, can't go to the gym. I am eating garbage to keep my mood stable. I have a very bad sugar cravings. I'm really sorry to hear that. Really sorry to hear that. So water is number 2. Number 3 is I started eating a side of leafy greens with every meal. So with breakfast, I would either do like a handful of arugula with apple cider vinegar or lemon. I typically use apple cider vinegar. Now, granted, I would have some eggs, I would have some potatoes or whatever I was eating with my lunch. I would have a side of greens with my dinner. I'd have a side of greens. And I would eat these greens with the apple cider vinegar. And I like that. I like the way it tastes, obviously. But it helped me feel full because I was neglecting my body and I wasn't getting my body the nutrients I needed. And something as simple as just adding a handful of greens, a little bit of apple cider vinegar or a squeeze of lemon, it is so filling. And my body was just absorbing those nutrients. How do I feel about taking green powder? I think it's a personal choice. I prefer real whole foods, but at times I can see how that can be convenient for some individuals. I prefer the real food, but the choice is yours. So outside of that, that was tip number 3. I did the greens with every meal. Tip number 4 was I stayed accountable. I took progress photos and measurements once a week, and I shared them. And it's hard to do that. I understand why that is very hard for some people, but for me, it just allowed me to shed light on what I'm doing. It allowed me to just show the world, hey, this is what I'm working on, and I want to show folks what happens when you dial things in. Now, tip number 5 is, this is gonna sound like it has nothing to do with calories, and it doesn't. It's a mindset thing that worked really well for me. My 5th tip was I sat down to eat all of my meals at a table, not in front of the TV, not in front of the laptop, not in front of the phone, and I practiced mindful eating. And I would have a glass of water with every meal. I would put on some like dinner music, some nice music on Pandora that just made me happy. And who here likes dinner music? This is gonna sound corny, but like dinner music makes me happy. Like when I go into a restaurant and they have that like classy dinnery music, when I say classy dinner music, like I'm talking like those like the Frank Sinatra, Michael Bublé vibes. I don't know what it is, but like it makes me feel like I'm in a restaurant, and I would light my candles on my table, and it made me happy, and it made me just present with my food. And I find that I was getting into a habit of distracted eating, even if I was eating healthy, guys. And I feel like when we focus on, you feel so much with the good plates and music. Yes, I used my nice plates. I used nice music. I would do that because when I get into the habit of eating mindlessly, whether it's a healthy meal or an unhealthy meal, like you just get into this habit of just like eating, and you didn't even get the opportunity to like feel present for that meal. And have you ever eaten something where, even if it was like something not ideal, where you're like, you ate something, you're still hungry, and you're like, what the heck did I just eat? Like, why did I do that? Like, why did I just eat that? And I was tired of feeling that way. I was tired of that passive, mindless eating. You know, the type of eating where you're standing eating in front of the fridge, or walking around your kitchen doing something and eating, or in front of the computer and eating. And I'm like, no, the laptop can close for at least 10-15 minutes. And it slowed me down, and it like chilled me out, because I have a tendency to be high strung. I have a tendency to just be go, 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 go. And if you guys have watched any of my full day of eating videos on this channel, you will know that I've been about that paper plate life, because I hate doing dishes. And I've been, for so long, I've been in this convenience. And there's a time and place for convenience. But what I needed at this stage in my journey is I needed to slow down. I needed to take good care of myself. I needed to have this actual connection to my food. I needed to have this actual connection to the nourishment process. And I have to tell you guys, that extra step of TLC that I gave myself actually made it like almost effortless after the first week. The first week was hard for me, I'll be honest with you. The first week was hard, but after I got through the first week, it became so easy, to the point that like I couldn't eat higher volume because I just was full, and I wasn't hungry, and it felt wonderful to feel just satisfied. It just felt so good to be satisfied. And that being said, you guys, the last thing, obviously, and the most important was I tracked my macros. I was using the GGT macros app, and I tracked what I ate, and I've been able to eat out like once or twice a week. I have been sharing pictures and ideas of my meals on my Instagram of what I've been eating, but guys, I haven't felt deprived. I've been feeling like good. I haven't felt this good in a while. And I was, in a flow. What happened to my hair? It looks so big and crazy. I was in a big flow with my nutrition through a lot of 2020 after the pandemic. After I had my wake up call, then I got it together, and I was doing really good up until the end of this last year, where it just became crunch time for my book, and I needed to really focus all my energy on that. But if you're watching this and you want to do something about dropping body fat, raise your hand, give me a thumbs up, share something here, and let me know that you want to work on fat loss. And I'm dropping fat right now, but I really want to stay consistent. I want to keep going. I want to go the distance. I want to feel good, guys. One tip to lose abdominal, butt, and thigh fat: track your macros. Track your macros and stay consistent. Stay consistent, stay consistent, stay consistent. And if you need help staying consistent, if you want a group of like-minded individuals who is going to help you go the distance, if you need detailed macros, because you guys, so many of you guys wing it on the nutrition front, and then you just start drifting and migrating. You need to have parameters in place to dictate what nutrients your body needs to facilitate fat loss, because fat loss doesn't happen in a vacuum. It doesn't happen through wishful thinking. It doesn't happen by just eating less. Fat loss is a biochemical process, and in order for fat loss to occur, your body needs to be fueled in such a way that it will preferentially utilize the fat on your body as fuel as opposed to the carbohydrates. And because of that, you need to be eating a specific way. You need to have certain ratios. You need to be getting specific nutrients to facilitate that happening. So for some of you guys who just eat less and less and less and less, guys, that eating less isn't necessarily going to help you lose fat. And that's the thing. I know a lot of you guys actually want to lose body fat. You want to lose body fat. You're not trying to lose weight. You want to lose fat, because dropping the fat, that's what's going to give you that nice shape. Dropping fat is going to give you that nice flat stomach. That is what's going to help you get to where you want to be. So if you're watching this, do you feel confident that your macros are oriented in a way that is going to help you drop fat? And if you're not, I invite you to join, because the value of having your macros run by a professional, the value of being able to join weekly Q&As with me every week, the value of having a community of like-minded individuals to ask questions, to share the highs and lows with along the journey is it's a game changer. It's an absolute game changer. And for this reason, you guys, I invite all of you to join me starting on Monday with the 8-week winter challenge. Can I please elaborate on macros a little more? Absolutely. So macros are macronutrients, and they're what make up the caloric content of food. So all food has macronutrients, and it's not enough to just track calories. Now, calories is how much energy food possesses. You like this shirt, Coutorian? I'm giving these shirts away for free right now with any purchase of a tub of protein or a tub of collagen off of Gauge Life. It's while supplies last, you guys. I will most likely run out today or tomorrow, but I'm giving these out for free. It is a $24.99 value, yours for free. So what makes you decide our protein amounts beside the math? Well, the math is the foundation, because the factors and ratios that I build into those calculations are ratios that are proven to put your body in a positive nitrogen balance, which spares your ability to maintain muscle while your body pushes and burns fat for fuel. Where's the link so you guys can sign up on GageGirlTraining.com to join the 8-week winter challenge. If you want this t-shirt, you can go to GageLife.com, GAUGELIFE, GageLife.com, and you can get it that way. So you just need to, any purchase of any tub of protein, when you go to checkout, it's gonna ask you what size shirt you want, and make sure you do so. Again, it's while supplies last, and I know most of you guys, you may not need to stock up on your protein just yet, but if you're doing the challenge, it's probably a good idea to get in on it. So make sure you do so, friends. So other than that, guys, let me know if I can answer any questions. I am thrilled to be here with you guys, and I'm so happy and excited to start this challenge with you all on Monday. So if I can address any other questions, let me know. I'll hang out for a few moments. But if not, collagen too. Yep, any tub. It has to be a tub of protein or a tub of collagen. They are all qualifying purchases. So there, again, guys, as far as the challenge goes, you got 1 day left to sign up. How's my dog? He's hanging in there. I thank you for asking. He's on his cancer medicines. He is being fed a deadline for signing up is tomorrow night at midnight, Valerie. He is, I have him on a all real whole food organic diet. I have him on high fats, low carbs, and I've dialed his carbs back because carbohydrates fuel cancer growth, and he has a tumor. And I want to burn fat and gain muscle. Should I focus on cardio or weightlifting? Weightlifting. It is very hard for women to gain muscle. Like, actual size is very, very hard. So if you're really trying to gain muscle, you don't want to do cardio, you want to lift. Any tip to lower belly fat only and sweet cravings? You can't spot reduce, Evelyn. If you want to lose your lower belly fat, what you're going to need to do is you are going to have to drop your overall body fat percentage, and you cannot control what part of your body it's going to come from first. You can't control that. So you have to be eating in a caloric deficit. You have to lower your overall body fat. Here's what I'm talking about. I don't know what your current body fat percentage is. However, let's say you are 35% body fat starting out. You can't see the 8-week challenge on the website. It's on the home page. Let me see here. Let me pull up the website, GageGirlTraining.com. So when you go to GageGirlTraining.com, it pops up right there. It's like right there. So click on that. What was I just saying, guys? Oh yeah, so the person who was saying, how do I lose my lower belly fat? Let's say hypothetically you are 35% body fat right now. For most women to have a flat stomach, it's gonna vary person to person. You're probably gonna wanna be under 23% body fat. The challenge is $99 for 8 weeks. So it is a steal, you guys. It is only like $49 a month, which is stupid cheap. It is very, very cheap. I've never done anything this low cost ever. So, and it's a complete steal. So if you have been thinking about joining, if you've been on the fence, now is like the best time. So hear me out. Let me finish my point. Let's say you're 35% body fat, right? You want to lose the lower belly pooch. If you are 100% on track, you can lose 0.5% of body fat per week. So I'm saying you're probably gonna need to get at least under 25% body fat to really put a dent in that. And you're probably gonna need to get even closer to 20% if you want a complete flat stomach. Now, that being said, at 0.5% per week, the difference between going at 35% body fat and 25% body fat, how many weeks is that? That's 8 weeks. And that's 8 weeks, that's 10 weeks of consistent focused effort. So if you want a flat lower belly, you need to drop body fat, and you need to drop body fat consistently over a duration of weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. So for most of you guys, you have to realize, number one, you can't spot reduce. Number two, that is the rate your body can lose it at, and that's fast. That's fast, losing 0.5% per week. So you have to ask yourself, am I truly willing to be that consistent? Am I willing to, you guys have to be willing to commit to at least 12 weeks if you really want to see a change and shift. And if you're not, I have nothing to tell you, because there is no quick fix. There is no quick fix. You have to do the work. You have to eat in a deficit. You have to do that. Does the macro ratio matter on the lower belly pooch? It does a little bit. It definitely does. You need to be in a place that it's going to facilitate fat loss. And obviously we can help and support you make sure that your macros are set up for fat loss. But do you guys understand what I'm saying? You're going to have to commit a lot longer than you think, because here's what happens. Some of you guys do a program for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The program's not working. My pooch is still there. Well, you know what? In 3 weeks, even if you were 110% on track, how much did you lose? Let's say you lost 1.5% body fat. That's excellent progress. Now, is dropping 1.5% body fat going to get rid of that pooch overnight? No, it's not. That's why you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. It's like dropping it down layer by layer by layer by layer. Can I do a video of vegan versus keto? So vegan is an exclusion diet. Veganism says, we're not going to eat any meat. We're not going to eat any poultry. We're not going to eat any eggs. We're not going to eat any dairy. Veganism doesn't imply a specific macronutrient ratio. Keto is a specific macronutrient ratio. I'm sad because I'm gaining weight after extreme restriction from an eating disorder, and I'm getting bigger than I've ever been before. Feels like I'll never be to a weight I'm happy in ever again. Don't focus on weight. Focus on health. Focus on getting to a healthy body fat percentage. And I'm telling you, the weight doesn't mean anything. But for instance, you could be thin per se, right? You could be 120 pounds and you could be like, 30, 40% body fat. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is focus on health, not the weight. And until you guys are really ready to really focus on fat loss, because that is the biggest thing. And I agree, fat loss requires patience and commitment. Yep, I could not agree more. Mostly avoiding alcohol, but that's your favorite drink when I let myself splurge. I do mostly avoid alcohol when I do let myself splurge. I typically do a dirty martini, extra dirty martini. Or I will typically do an extra dirty Grey Goose martini. Occasionally I'll get with the olives stuffed with blue cheese, or I will do Casamigos on the rocks, it's a top shelf tequila, and I'll do it with a lot of lime juice and some ice. But those have been my two go-to cocktails when I do allow myself to drink, and I enjoy them when I do. So if I can answer any other questions, you guys, let me know. But I would love to give you this t-shirt for free. Place your order on gagelife.com so that way I can give them to you. And if you guys need anything else, let me know. But I hope to see you guys all on Monday. And if you are enrolled in the challenge, I am going to be doing a special live broadcast for my challenge participants on Sunday night at 7 p.m. And what about red wine? I stay away from red wine for the most part just because of all the sugar. What should your body fat percentage be to recomp? I recommend you get down to at least 22% body fat percentage before considering recomp. I think intermittent fasting is fabulous. I think it's great. I think it's great for breaking plateaus, but I don't think it's for everyone. So you guys can take that. Sorry, I'm like listening for my dog. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. I will talk to you soon.